we're gonna get our acceleration here at the 2500. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over a 2021 Ram 2500 Laramie Sport Megacab. I know it's a really long name, but it's a really cool truck. But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with the truck. Check out the inventory in the link below. Let's get straight into the video. Under the hood, we have the inline 6.7 liter Cummins engine that's paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission known as the 68 RFE. Power outputs are 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the 2500 Laramie. So first and foremost, you guys can see that we've got the 2500 heavy duty badge there at the top, and then we've got full LED lights here with the truck, and then we've got the fog lights just down below with your parking sensors and your tow hooks. And then notice that with the sport package, you still get a chrome front grille, and it actually kind of melds pretty nice with the lights. It kind of like all ties in together there. But the bumpers have been painted body color as part of this little sport package. But yeah, other than that, that is your front view on the Laramie. Coming on the side here, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then other than that, they kind of do like the basic chrome design. But coming into the suspension area, here's the suspension. And then with the 2500s, they've got the coil over. And then again, you've got the little badge right there. You've got the Cummins badge and the Ram logo all in chrome, which match the wheels, and the mirrors in chrome. And this does come with the trailer tow mirrors. With the truck, they flip up, which is a pretty nice little feature. But here is your full side view on the Megacab, which it's actually a pretty good looking truck. Well, 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 what do we have here? Hop into the back of the Laramie Megacab. So you guys can see there is no bed liner with this truck. You can get that as an option though from the factory. This does have the LED bed lights and the fifth wheel prep group, all the plugins for all of that. And then it does come with the 6'4" bed. That's the only bed length you can get with the Megacabs. You cannot get an 8-foot bed. And then the payload capacity is just over 1,900 pounds. Let's go with the rest of the rear of this Laramie. So first and foremost, we've got the LED lights here in the back of the truck, which I think look absolutely fantastic, and your little sport logo, all of the Laramie badges back here, and then there's the parking sensors just down below, and then we've got the receiver hitch. So towing capacity on this truck is about 17,000 pounds. It does have the 3.73 axle ratio, and that's all for the back. You go over the door panel here on the back of the 2500 Megacab. So you guys can see we've got the nice stitching with the soft touch all along the door panel here with the suede insert just above the blacked out trim. More stitching, and then you got the speaker for the sound system. Now I've got the seat folded down. You can see this is one of the benefits of the Megacab. You can fold the seats down. You got some extra storage space behind the seat. This is the latch that folds it down like this. Now there is another latch, but before we go over that, you guys can see you've got the nice piping on the seats with the suede inserts here with all the stitching. Everything just looks really nice. If you pull this little lever right here, you've got to use two hands, which obviously I have one hand holding the camera, but you pull this lever right here and it'll fully fold down the seat, and then this is just for the recline function on the seat. But yeah, this one basically folds it all the way down, whereas the top lever only folds it down partially. But let's actually pop in here. So step in height, well, definitely need side steps, but you guys are wearing, I'm 5'11", got a good amount of headroom, legroom solid, got some extra storage right here, and we're actually going to close this. Nice. You guys can see you've got a full power outlet down there with some USBs, vents, all that kind of stuff. And then this does pull down to reveal some cup holders. And like I said, all you have to do is just pull that little side lever, and then that will do the recline function. And, well, I'm going to take a nap, so bye. Let's go over the door panel here at the front of the truck. So again, you've got the nice soft touch leather there with the suede insert, the blacked out trim, and more stitching just up above. All of your window controls down here with your mirror adjustments, and the mirrors are power folding. And then you got the memory seats. And then if you're wondering, so like you got your regular adjustments for the mirror, and then this is actually, you press that button in, and that'll let you automatically adjust little convex mirrors. So you've got power adjustments for both mirrors, and the mirror does come with blind spot monitoring. And then coming to the seats here at the front, again, you've got all the nice piping. You've got the suede insert all throughout as well with the soft touch all throughout the seats. And then we've got the little power adjustment there on the side of the seat. Pedal layout just down below with your light controls. You've got the controls for the fog lights at the top, cargo light at the bottom portion. And then you've got your pedal adjustments with the steering wheel adjustment on top of that. And there's one more look before we pop in. Here's the steering wheel with the 2500 Megacab. So you got soft touch surrounding the steering wheel, and then we've got our cruise control here on this side, the gear limiter just down below. Got all your controls for the center stack, your voice command, phone controls as well. And then you got the dark stitching here on this little center portion. Again, really nice soft touch all around. Little stock there for the turn signal and the windshield wipers as well. And then we do have the little column shifter right here, which comes with the heavy duties, which is a nice little feature. Well, if you get the Cummins, if you get the 6.4 Hemi, you still get the dial shifter. But there's one more look at the steering wheel before we pop the center stack. Up in here to the center screen, you can see you've got the RPMs on the left side, you've got the speed over there on the right side, and then there is a couple different menus that you can scroll through here. I just reviewed a Bighorn right before this, and it's just night and day difference in terms of the look of the screens between the two trucks. You have the new off-road statuses, which is pretty cool. Most people probably aren't going to take their Megacab Laramies off-road, but at least you have a little status so you can like drive over the curb and flex at your angle and everything as you go over the curb with your Laramie Megacab. Now we've got the center infotainment system here. First off, we've got the little cargo camera right there, which you can actually toggle between that and the backup camera. And you've got the zoom in function there with the backup camera, which is a nice little feature. The trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. But other than that, response time on the screen is really solid. And then you do get the little seat controls right here, which also gives you access to the cameras, which, by the way, you can have the cameras on while you're driving. I'll show you that to you guys a little bit later. Heated and cooled seats come standard with the Laramie, and then it does have a dual zone climate, which you control through the touchscreen, or you have some buttons just down below, but that's everything for the center screen. Now, this is why I like the 8.4-inch screen. You get all these analog controls for the radio, your climate controls, again, dual zone climate, your heated and ventilated seats. Like, you don't have to go into the touchscreen to turn on your heated or ventilated seat, which is nice. Parking sensors right here. You've got your tow haul mode, your diesel exhaust brake, your trailer brakes just down below, and then over here you got your two-wheel drive select, you get your four-wheel high, your four-wheel low, and then your true neutral, and that's all for that little area. Now, this Laramie does come with the bench seat, which you've got a kind of like center console type thing on the top. You got coin holder, and then you've got a USB, a bunch of cup holders in that little area, and then the seat does fold up to be a third seat, and then there is some storage underneath with the Laramie, and the seat belt just got swallowed by the storage, so nothing to see here, folks. And then we got the glove box, which is a dual glove box. Opens up pretty normal. You can see you've got the Laramie there on the outside, stitching there on the dash, and then another 12 volt here at the top with all the nice black trim. Here at the top, you've got the little lights here. They are LEDs, and then you do have the power sliding window, which is another nice little touch here with the Laramie. And then you got the button to drop down the tailgate, universal garage door openers, and this one's got a full black headliner. I almost forgot to mention, you've got a bunch of little USBs here and an auxiliary as well. And if you push this open, you've got some extra storage that'll pop out, and we've got a full power outlet all down here at the bottom portion. Now that we're done going to the interior on this Laramie 2500 Megacab, let's quickly get into pricing. So this particular truck, with all the options it has, stickers for just a hair under $70,000. That all being said, let's take this 2500 Megacab out and see how she drives. Let's quickly talk about visibility before we set off in this Laramie 2500 Megacab. So you guys can see the visibility over the hood, just like any other Ram heavy duty. There's your visibility through both the mirrors. Remember, they do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's all throughout the rest of the rear, which I feel like it's actually a little bit worse than the Megacab. Obviously, there's a little bit of cab behind us that doesn't have any windows. So yeah, that all being said, let's set off. Well, we are setting off here in this 2500 Megacab, and I think the ride quality is going to be the biggest thing I'm going to notice different compared to like a crew cab 2500. Obviously, we've driven quite a few crew cabs recently, so this will be a nice little change of scenery, I guess we could say. I don't know. But initially setting off, it's interesting. So I noticed that going over little like bumps and stuff, you can feel those a little bit more in the crew cab, but like on the road, on the parts of the pavement that are smooth, this feels like it's a little bit more stable and rides a little bit smoother. I'm guessing, obviously, because it is a longer car, that is going to be the case. And so far, I said that visibility with the cab's a little bit worse, but actually driving the truck, it's hard to perceive a difference with the visibility. It feels pretty much the same compared to a crew cab. And, well, let's actually get up and go. This is like the least amount of traffic I've seen down here. I'm gonna like try to review cars on holidays all the time, just saying. But yeah, getting up and going, it's pretty good. Yeah, it seems like when it goes over stuff, it upsets the truck a little bit more compared to the trucks that are a crew cab. It's very interesting to feel. Obviously tons of torque from that 6.7 liter Cummins. See how the brakes are coming up to this little portion right here. Yeah, brakes are pretty good. Just like any other heavy duty, you do have to put quite a bit in for the pedal to kind of have some sort of actuation to it. Handling's good. It doesn't feel really any bigger than a crew cab. It is bigger, but it doesn't really feel that big. The thing that I would say is if you had like a crew cab with an 8-foot bed, that would be more difficult to drive than this mega cab in terms of like the maneuverability. And I think part of it is actually where the length is added. Man, maybe we should, guys, should I start reviewing razors? Maybe that should be a thing. I don't know. But yeah, so far this truck, pretty good. I like the ride quality on it. It doesn't ride too much different than a crew cab, so it seems like you're not really losing out on much. We're gonna get our acceleration here at the 2500. Yeah, that's good. Tons of torque. Tons and tons of torque. So I actually just drove a 3500 Bighorn dually that had the same engine and transmission, different gearing though. I can feel a difference in the gearing. Believe it or not, even though this is a single rear wheel versus the dually, you can definitely perceive a difference in the gearing, the 373s versus the 410s. This definitely doesn't feel as punchy off the line as that truck with the 410 gears had, with, again, same engine, same transmission. This is still powerful, it just doesn't feel as powerful, if that makes sense. Like that's cool that I can actually feel the gearing difference. I love that. And that actually gets me summing things up with this Laramie Megacab. So this is an interesting truck. The payload capacity is not much more than a 1500 series truck actually, and in terms of cab space, if you get a new Ram 1500, you've got pretty similar amounts of legroom in the back as you do in this Megacab, and you can get reclining seats in that truck. So from a payload capacity standpoint, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But once you factor in the towing, and you know, the half ton with a crew cab is going to tow only about 11,000 pounds, whereas this is in the 17,000 pound range, then that's where this starts to make sense. Obviously diesel versus gas engine, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think this is still a solid truck. It's interesting that the payload's pretty low, but other than that, I think it's just a really good truck. I love the space. It doesn't drive too different from a crew cab. So if you're used to driving a crew cab 2500 or 3500, this isn't going to feel too different. It's going to feel about the same from a size comparison. The ride quality is going to be just as good. It over bumps, it's a little bit weird, but when you're going on roads, it feels a little bit smoother with this longer wheelbase, or sorry, longer truck. But yeah, other than that, that's the Megacab Laramie. That's gonna sum things up with our video on this 2021 Ram 2500 Laramie Sport Megacab. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the link below. I'll see all of you in that next video.